Hi, today I want to show you how that I make Hot Pockets for my daughter. We've been buying her Hot Pockets for years, and we decided because she likes my homemade pizza that we would try the Hot Pockets using my pizza dough that I make from scratch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some pepperoni. We have some stick pepperoni here, and we're going to cut some of it up into like little, it's very greasy, very greasy, into little pieces. We're just gonna we're gonna use this type and the kind that's already sliced. The reason why we're using this is because we already have it, but she doesn't this kind, she says, is a little bit too spicy, so that's why we're going to use both of it so we can have a mixture in them. Can you grab me a bowl to put this in? I forgot to get that. Just wanted to put the pepperoni in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down into very small pieces. Kind of like the way you see on the frozen pizzas where the, you know, little bite-sized things. But we're going to put some of each in the pizza, the Hot Pockets. The last time we did this, I made them entirely too big, so she asked me to make them smaller this time. This cut up into small pieces. I'm going to cut some of this up, and all we use is just regular pepperoni. If I knew how to make it myself, I would, because then we would know where all the stuff is coming from, but, you know, I don't know how to do that yet. So anyway, just going to cut it up just a little bit. We could just leave it in the size it is, but it kind of makes it a little, it goes further if you chop it up a little bit. And the only kind she eats is pepperoni of the Hot Pockets, the kind you buy. And they're like at Sam's, it was about, was it $12 or $15 for, how many was it? Like 24 of them. And this way, it is just a fraction of that amount. Yeah, stick it in the refrigerator. It doesn't cost anywhere near as much for the Hot Pockets, and she said she liked them better, right? She's behind the camera. She won't be seen because she's afraid. I know you're not afraid, I'm kidding. Okay, so that's the first step, is I get the pepperoni. Well, actually the first step is I made the dough, but I have already got a video with me showing how I make homemade pizza, and I made the dough on there, so I'll just link that, or I'll put it in the iCard, or else I will put it in the description, and I'll just show you, you know, you can just watch that one if you want to know how I did that. So I won't need a cutting board anymore, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how that I do the dough. And this is my dough. It's risen for a couple of hours. And what I want to do is get all of it out. Is I'm going to take it and put it on my cutting board here, and I'm going to put it into 12 almost equal size pieces. Will you take this over there? Probably should have oiled this a little bit because this is sticking. I can't get that off. Good. This is olive oil. Alright, so now maybe I can work with it a little bit better without it sticking everywhere. So I'm going to cut this into 12 pieces. Let's see, that'll be, and we'll see. I may have to cut it into some more pieces, but we'll see. how this works whenever I start actually getting them made, because this is the first time I've done it this way. Okay, I'm going to oil my plate so the dough doesn't stick, and I'm going to get all my stuff closer to me so that I can reach it. And I have a sauce that I buy in the big, like, number 10 can, and I put it in mason jars, and then I vacuum seal them. That way it will last longer. So I just do that, and whenever we open one, we just stick it in the refrigerator. We'll just keep it in the refrigerator anyway. And then I have the pepperonis that I showed you already, and then I have mozzarella cheese that I buy in a big container at Sam's or Costco as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dough. I'm going to flatten it out as much as I can, and I've already ripped this one, so I have to try to get it back together. But I flatten it out as much as I can. And this, actually, you could take it right there and just make a little personal pizza if you wanted to, but that's not what we're doing. And then I take a little sauce and put in the middle, and then a little bit of each of the pepperoni, which I'm probably going to end up with too much pepperoni, and then some of the cheese. And then I fold it over. And if you do like me and you find that you have a hole like this, see I have a hole right there, you can take and break off a little edge piece of your dough, and then you just squish it together. And you stick it on either a parchment lined, or this is a silicone lined pan, and you just put it on there. And the next thing I do after I do this is I spray it with a little bit of olive oil, just so, and I rub it on there, just so that this stuff, which is Johnny's garlic spread seasoning, is Mediterranean garlic. It's spices that I get from Costco, and I just sprinkle the top, because the Hot Pockets now have the seasoning, the garlic seasoning on the crust. And I will fill this up and put it into the oven, which is preheated at 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes until it's brown and it gets poofed up and done. And then I'll show you what it looks like whenever that is done. This is what they look like after they're cooked. They don't look like the ones you buy in a store, but that's okay because it doesn't really matter. They're homemade, so nothing's going to look like it does in the store most likely. I'm going to cut one open and show you what it looks like once that it's done. This one's smoking. Let's see if I can, there we go. The light's not the best. It's not focusing that great, but you can hopefully tell. And what we do is we take them and we put them into Ziploc bags, and my other camera decided to die on me, so I have to finish with this one. As I was saying, this is what they look like. This is not the best light. Let me scoot everything over here where I have a light for just a second. Anyway, this is what they look like on the inside. There's cheese and pepperonis, of course. This one's just falling apart. But anyway, that's what they look like. They don't look like store-bought, but that's okay. What we do is we put them into Ziploc bags, and we freeze them. She heats them in the microwave for 2 minutes, or else in the oven for a little while on 350, just till they're heated through. And she eats them just like she would a regular Hot Pocket, and she loves them. In fact, she's eating one right now. So, I I guess that's all for today. If you like what you see, just let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.